Scrap iron man, copper dollar, round and round. We haul and wander, tear it down, truck away. Scrap iron, copper dollar pay. The boss man says, head over yonder, a factory waits. Silent, somber, diesel rumbles, trucks are calling, gathering scrap before night's falling. Scrap is treasure, men do know. Across the land, we all must go. Scrap and copper funds our fight, rebuilding dreams day and night. Scrap metal flows America's crown, and here we go, tearing down to build anew from pieces small. Scrap iron, copper, they stand tall.
All right, boys and girls. All right, let me get this music turned down. Hope everybody's doing okay today. Let me just kind of get my act together. Still got that nasty head cold. Driving me insane. Coughing and then hacking. Make sure I can find that cough button this morning. Good morning, everybody. Bubba here. If you're headed to a job site with truck traffic, loading zones, or material movement, hey, listen up, guys. I'm on one right now. And truck loading areas are high energy and high risk environments. On the job site I'm on, man, we got trucks backing in. We got heavy equipment racking around, moving around. Tight swing radiuses with track hose. The operators have limited visibility. I got truckers having to back in on the blind side, some of them. And of course, you're loading large pieces and they'll shift in the truck. You got to make sure the truck's loaded somewhat level, and the ground conditions are constantly changing. It's a rich hazard environment for struck by, caught in between. And these incidents don't happen because people don't care. They happen because people assume. All right. Y'all, hang on a minute. Let me get some stuff going. All right. So, let's do a roll call. Where you headed this morning? Check in with me. I'd like to hear from you. If you got a subject you want to talk about, we could sure get it in here. Yeah. Sorry, guys. I hate to be doing all this apologizing business, but daggum, I have blown my nose and done everything I can, and I can't improve the way I sound one bit. I know my voice is sounding a little weak, but anyway, here we are roll calling through it, and we're going to get through it. See if I can't pick up my pace and stick with somewhat of a script I put out. Anyway, in a loading zone, assumptions are more dangerous than equipment. So make sure that We're not making too many assumptions out there. I got the bright lights in my eyes today. I'm going to have to do some more adjustment with the lighting. I tell you what, I didn't pay attention looking straight into the camera. Got some reflection going on. Like I say, I'm in a hotel room, boys and girls. I'm doing the best I can. Trying to put together the morning Bubba here every Monday morning. I'm fortunate that I'm in a different time zone that allows me to get up and start this program and get it done. Anyway, the intro song and the background music is by the Scrap Iron and Copper Dollar Band, which is published by myself. Thank you very much. I'm looking for contributors who are more musically inclined than I am, but dealing with YouTube and royalties, and I had some stuff written down, some ideas, so there it is. That's all me. Trying to make music, make videos, and keep you guys entertained because I care about you. Make no secret about it, I've been in the demolition business for now on 35 years. And worked with a bunch of great companies and one or two not so great companies, but I'm grateful for them all, for the experience, the training, the knowledge, and the people that I've had the opportunity to work with over the years. I couldn't imagine trading it for anything. So let me get back close to this mic. So when we were on a job site, and I talked a little bit earlier that particularly if you got a lot of trucking going on, one of the hazards or dangers when you're working with trucking and equipment and they're loading, or if you're receiving, if you're loading out material or debris, trucks are hazardous because they're normally having to back. Even if they're just doing it, you've got the site large enough where you could just pull around and never have to do any back, and you still have equipment operators, truck drivers, you got spotters, and you got people on the ground. You got a lot of people in a lot of different places doing a lot of different things. And so communication is key. And I wanted to make that this week's phrase. Communication is key. Not casual communication, not guessing, but clear, confirmed communication. Now, truckers understand a different backing signal versus a machine operator. We got all kinds of different signals for different equipment. And so you got to make sure you know who you're talking to, and either we do that through radio communication or visual hand signals. And if you're doing visual hand signals, make sure you have eye contact with the person you're trying to send those hand signals to. If driver's looking in his rear view and you're doing some kind of signal, he may misinterpret because you're looking at the trackhoe operator giving him a set of signals. So make sure that you know who's sending the signals and who's receiving them. Boy, my head is foggy. I got this old darn flu bug last week, I guess. Probably started feeling bad about it Monday or Tuesday last week. And by Wednesday, I spent a lot of time just sitting in the truck watching operations. I mean, I would get out and do my reports and things, and after that, my body was telling me, "Hey, buddy, you coming down with something?" And I got that old mucinex stuff, and I'm trying to get recovered from it. Headaches right now. Anyway, here's a key communication point. It's called three-way communication. And three-way communication saves lives. And this happens not only when you got trucking going on or equipment, but whether you're issuing instructions to one of your team members, or you're a supervisor and you're giving a foreman a set of instructions. Three-way communication goes something like this. The sender gives instructions, and the receiver repeats those instructions back, and then the sender confirms that the information is correct. Now, hand signals, like we were talking about, must be clear, standardized, and agreed upon before the job begins. Operators, drivers, spotters, if one link breaks, the chain fails. Clear communication, it turns chaos into coordination. Now, we've been talking about this the past couple of weeks, I guess, because I'm on a job that has it. But when you're on the ground, how do you stay visible? When you're a spotter, spotting isn't standing by or nearby. It's an active role. To stay visible, position yourself in the operator's line of sight. Maintain eye contact. Never walk behind moving equipment. Stay out of blind spots. Wear high visibility gear. And always have an escape route. You got to, and I watched it happen, and I got really concerned on a job that a driver was committing a sight on his sight-sided back, on the driver's side back, but when he started backing up, the spotter was on the blind side, on the passenger side, and he was visible in the passenger mirror, but once that driver started making his cut to get back in, I know that spotter disappeared because he was walking to get to the sight side of that truck. And I know he disappeared out of that operator's sight for a minute, and that driver never stopped or slowed or anything. And I had a brief meeting after lunch with those guys talking about what I saw. Now, it was far enough apart, and it wasn't a near miss or anything critical like that. But I could tell that the spotter got lost in what he was doing, and he made up for it real fast. So I had him share that experience with the other guys so that we all knew that we could get ourselves in a hazardous position in just a matter of seconds. So that was something, and we jumped on it and took care of it. Man, I I could blow my nose, but I know it ain't gonna do a bit of good. Just remember, if you disappear from view, you disappear from the operator's mind, and that's no bull either. That's straight shooting. I'm just glad I don't have any viewers right now, or this would be really bad. But I'm going to keep practicing doing this little show, and one day it's going to be slap pull full of construction professionals, demolition professionals, guys who are want to learn and have somebody to talk to, in a forum where we could joke and have a good time and share a morning ride in. And I really look forward to the day that we grow this channel to that point. Uh, with the help of that one person. I had my wife watched it last week. She said I was dozing in and out, and I told her I was proud. I had such a impact on her where she could doze in and out. But she watched the whole thing. I had a full hour view, or she might have been sleeping, but it was 1 hour. I don't care. Hey, if you tune in and roll over and go back to sleep and take this stuff in subconsciously, that's cool with me. It'll grow the algorithm, and I'll have it'll. The reason I want the algorithm to grow is because it'll pop up to more and more people who might find an interest in it and have real life scenarios that we can talk about and help keep them safe. And the reason I do it at this ungodly hour, some people might say, is that I know how it is in the construction field. You could, you're probably already rolling and don't know I exist. Uh, but there's no reason why you couldn't Bluetooth me into your radio, and you can send me a text or a comment, uh, using Sirius or one of those voice blue mail things, and we could start a conversation. If you had a team of guys riding in with you, or you're if you're in another time zone somewhere, I don't know, maybe you get started. You could, who knows? But I'm practicing. If I started in another live stream at another time, at least I'm practicing, right? Practice makes perfect. Is that the way the old saying goes? If I'll evolve, and I'll get different responses from different people, and eventually we'll be having a grand old time on the Monday morning Bubba. I just want to get us wound up. I want to get our minds right, because heck, I've been working 6 days a week, and I know a lot of you guys work 6 days a week, and then you have Sunday where you try and catch up with the grocery shopping, chores around the house, cutting the grass, especially during the winter months. You're working 8 or 10 hours a day, and by the time you do your daily drive, it's dark when you get home, and you can't cut the grass, but you got plumbing to do, or remodeling something or another, or whatever, and time just gets away. And that's why I'm here at 5 in the morning. Anyway, job site challenge. We've been talking about hand signals this morning. Make sure you have a meeting with your guys, and make sure your hand signals are standardized. Um, there's no book written on it unless you're dealing with crane, and then there's a standardized published hand signal. There may be one for the trucking industry, and I've seen some for track hoses. Look those up. Talk about those standardized hand signals, and share the group. Do some training on hand signals. I might do that this morning just to see where my guys are at. Ask some of the operators. Say, what are the operator hand signals? Just to have a conversation with them. I'm not going to put anybody on the spot, but it might be kind of interesting to do that as I have my safety meeting this morning. I think I've got all that work done. I'm sitting here and I say, have I filed my work permits this morning? I don't know. Uh, yeah, I'm on this job where the owner has their own safety program. Now, theirs is, they have two for their general industry and construction. And I have to make sure I fill out a work permit with them every day so that I can communicate with them what exactly the work we're doing and what hazards we may challenge. And you'll see them ride by and verify whether the work permit matches up with what we're doing. Anyway, standardize those hand signals. Make sure uh, make sure there's nothing creative in there, jumping jacks and that kind of crazy stuff. Of course, most truck drivers or operators will stop their equipment and just watch you do that crazy stuff and wondering what world they're in right then. But have a quick pre-task conversation. Excuse me, man. Anyway, no guesswork. Have a quick pre-task conversation and ask questions like, what does stop look like? What does slow look like? What does emergency stop look like? And consistency builds confidence, whereas confusion builds incidents. All right. It is 5:21 in the morning. I've changed up the title page a little bit this morning. I've put some of the things in there that we're going to be talking about in it. So, and I'll do that next week perhaps. But if you guys got a subject you'd like to see covered in this, feel free to send me a message, but always send me a thumbs up and subscribe. And that way you could just see what's going on here in the Monday Morning Bubba. And if you got a particular safety item you'd like to see addressed by a third party for your troops, your crew, send me something and I'll give a brief message in this live stream specifically to your crew. You could call it the Mendoza crew. Hey, Mendoza crew, let's pay attention to what's going on out there when we're using the hoistways today. Make sure you're properly tied off. Make sure that hoistway is secured when you're finished receiving your material. Make sure that whatever you want to talk about, I'll put it in here. And make mention to if you've got somebody you think has done a tremendous job, it don't have to be safety related. It could just be an attaboy. If you want to give somebody an attaboy through a third party, I love talking about people who do the job right, do their job safe, timely, and efficient. Do it with a smile on their face, good attitudes. Nothing better I like than a hard-working individual with a good attitude. And that's hard to do sometimes, to maintain that good attitude. But good attitude normally provides good work ethic, and vice versa. Vice versa, vice versa. Who knows? Anyway, here we are. It's 5:24. 5:24 in the morning. It is March. Can you believe it already? March of 2026. I guess it's getting along. Daylight hours is getting longer. Good news is that I suspect that the trade economy is going to be very strong over the next 4, 5, 6, 7 years. Young people, if you're out there and you're getting into the construction trades, if you're just coming out of school, if you're a young, hell, if you're an old man, get your education, get that ticket. You want to be an electrician, get that ticket. Man, now is the time. You want to be a plumber? Get that ticket, man. Get that plumber's ticket. You could be making the big bucks for quite a number of years, providing well, having a nice home for your family, taking your wife and family out to eat, playing ball, going on vacations. Get that ticket. Improve yourself, man. Make it happen. Get after it. It's the opportunities are coming up in front of you right now that is going to be tremendous. All right. Hey, here's a Pleurophoria. You know, I still don't have her in here with me. Y'all know that I got a AI. I'm ashamed of myself. Pleurophoria, I'm going to get you in here. I don't want to work on it right now, or do I? Let me see what I can do. Talking ahead. Anyway, why did the spotter refuse to whisper? Because loading zones require loud and clear communication. Let me write this in here. I didn't cap. I don't hate this old dead airspace, but now I gotta find a picture. How's everybody doing? What's shaking out there in the whole wide world? That's camera roll. And therefore, yeah. All right. Y'all gonna see her pop in just a minute. And I want her over my right. She's got to be small. And indiscreet. So now, all right. Joke 2. Why did the truck driver bring glasses to work? Because he didn't want to miss a single signal. Alrighty. Let's add a little color correction. Bring our opacity down. Let's see. Alright. Close. Train. There she is. She's over there looking over me. That's what she says she looks like. I'm pretty sure. But she does some crazy stuff for me. I come up with some crazy ideas, and we've been working together long enough now. She knows what I'm after. Uh-oh. There we go. I'm going to leave her right there. You can barely see her. That's the way she wants to be. All right. Why do good operators love spotters? And I like this one because guessing is danged expensive. You know, I once saw two guys arguing about whose signal meant back up. The truck didn't move until they sorted it out. Best delay of the day. And I agree with that. I tell my operators, I say, if you got some yahoo out there throwing up signals, just stop, put your bucket down, idle down the machine, and sit there, and eventually they'll come up or get you on the radio and say, hey man, what's the problem? You go, I ain't got no problem. I got a signal person problem. What I got, when y'all figure out what means what, we'll go on and get to work. And that's the best delay of the day. And it normally doesn't take very long. But that's a good reason to have a delay in production. Y'all hear that train in the background? Hold on. Yeah. Hereford, Texas. You got a main rail that runs east and west, and that booger stays busy. I ain't kidding. You know, I'm from mountains of Appalachia. They don't have many train tracks up there because it ain't flat enough, so I rarely get to hear a train rumble through anywhere. But out here in Hereford, Texas, the land of grain and feedlots, and this is right dead. It's in the middle of America. It's about 47 miles southwest of Amarillo, Texas. Listen to him. Boy, and these old truck drivers out here, cattle haulers, grain haulers, they like them old straight pipes. Boy, ain't got exhaust on it one. He's blowing out straight exhaust. You can't find I don't even know if they sell deaf out here. These old boys is still riding on the old school stuff, eh? They still turn the wrenches and keeping them old Detroits and Caterpillar engines running them big motors, 400s or whatever. You hear them working through them 13 speeds. Zip, 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 zip. It get through 5 gears in the intersection, making a turn there and still going 3 miles an hour. But they could pull down a building with that darn thing. But anyway, I had a callback question not long ago. How do we prevent confusion when multiple people try to signal? And yeah, I see that all the time. Uh, on this particular project, I have two loading stations. So I have uh, one spotter normally, and he'll issue paperwork and tell the driver where he's going, and then help them get back in, and then he'll work with the next one and help them get back in. But one spotter, one designated voice, and I hear him on the radio, hey, Simon, put him in over here. Simon, give him to here. And Simon's, when those trucks come in, sometimes there'll be 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 of them devils. Matter of fact, this morning, I would imagine at 7 o'clock, he's going to be about, and that's Central Time, 7 o'clock, there's going to be about 6 or 7 trucks lined up out the gate, and old Simon's going to be busier than a one-armed paper hanger. But anyway, I've got confidence in it. We got another backup guy or two that can give him a hand. But the signals have already been worked out amongst those guys. And if 2 people are trying to give a signal to one operator or one truck, then they're really no signal is being given. Yeah. If 2 people are trying to signal a single individual, then no one is really given a signal. And that's the truth. Man, I'm starting to break a little bit of a sweat here. Old fever must be coming back up. That's all right. I got Pluriforia in the wrong position. I'm going to have to move her down the stack because I guess, yeah, see, she's in front of me instead of behind me. And she's over my left shoulder. I want her over my right shoulder. So let's see if I can move her around. Ain't y'all lucky? Get to watch live editing on Middleclassbubba. That's good. And now I'm going to, I just moved her over to my right shoulder. I like her better there, I reckon. All right, there we go. All right, what time we got? Boy, I'm really starting to break one out here, y'all. Another thing is when you're out there and, good Lord, when you're out there and you're spotting those trucks, like I said this morning, we're liable to have 6 or 7 trucks come in right away this morning, and that could be rather intense. And so the question is, how to keep a clear head in tense moments. Truck loading, it can get pretty tense. Well, look at that sweat. All right, keep moving, Scott. Truck loading gets tense when pressure rises. Just slow your breathing, slow your speech, slow your signals, confirm instructions. Don't get in a rush. Being in a rush is a mental game. And everybody around you, everybody but you sees you being stressed. You think you're rising to some sort of occasion, but actually you're kind of stumbling around. And you don't need to do that. Just breathe, man, breathe. Slow down. Take it easy. Clarity drops when emotions rise. Leaders control the tone. So if you're got a crew member out there who's getting a little wound up, and it's you, man. Get out there and, hey, brother, slow down. Let me help you out. You may be a little intense on the inside too, but as a leader, it's on you to bring the tone down. All right. It is 5:39. I tell you what, them professional broadcasters who go into work when they're not feeling well, they just don't stay home. They got to be in the hospital. And right now, I can appreciate the effort them people make. I tell you. That bed's right over there. Y'all can't see it, but I've only got one camera set up on this, so I can't even show you the rest of the room, not without goofing up the scene. But anyway, how's everybody? Check in with me. Send me a comment. Boy, I'd love to get a thumbs up right now. Give me a thumbs up. Say, hey, Scott, thanks, man. Good to see you this morning. That tickle me. Y'all see me giggle and blush, everything else. Straight black, baby. I've changed my routine. Being on the road, I ain't getting near the exercise I normally get. When I'm at home, I don't mind taking a couple hours and going for a nice long walk, maybe doing a little fishing, a little activity, taking some photos, just getting out in the fresh air, taking the trash out, working in the garden. I don't mind doing any of that. But when I'm on the road, just being on a job site, the mental stuff, and 10 hours a day on a job site, or 13 hours, it seems like. Let's see, I get there at 6, and I normally get off the job site at 5:30. That's local time. So 6:30. So I'm working 11 hours a day, and so 11 and a half hours drive time, and I get up at 3:30 local time because it's 4:30 Central. So I get up and do things in the morning. I guess I could go down to the gym and whatever it is in this hotel and take a walk, but I don't think they'd appreciate me walking on their treadmill in work boots or hiking boots. But anyway, so my exercise routine is off, and I'm really trying to watch the sugar intake. So Monday through Friday, it's straight black coffee and water. And, I might drink a Diet Coke. It's normally a half a Diet Coke, maybe a full one, to sip on. A 16-ounce bottle with a screw top. It got a half of one in the refrigerator right now, I believe. But that's about it. Mostly water, coffee, and trying to watch the sugar. I don't even eat a pancake. I was eating some bread, and my britches started getting tight. And I said, well, there goes that thought, that pleasant thought. Eating one of those bagels. I'd have a bagel with breakfast, and I said, I can't do that anymore. So now it's back to the protein and vegetables and tuna fish and apple. and maybe a bag of popcorn in the evenings. I know that's a lot of carbohydrates, but it's also a lot of fiber. But anyway, it is 5:43 in the morning. Uh, Here's some trade wisdom quotes. Pluriforia threw at me. Slow is smooth, and smooth is fast. That's something that we forget a lot of times. I need to remember that to talk about uh, that this morning with my crew. The old pros understand this. Precision and calm prevent panic and damage. So I'm going to have to remember that this morning. It is 5:45. Got a few minutes. Send me some of your trade wisdom thoughts. We all got them. We all use them. If it's Spanish or Portuguese, I don't care. I'll translate it one way or the other and present it as a viewer quote, trade wisdom quote. I'd love to hear some. There may be some that I've not heard. So don't be bashful. Heck, I'm out here and I need something to talk about, and I'd love to have you lend me your input. Anyway, here we go. All right, I'll go ahead and get started on what we're going to be talking about on MCB Ventures this week. We're launching I just finished on the other channel a series of videos on the OSHA Focus 4, and that's part of the 10-hour OSHA outreach training program. And I've decided, and it's going to be a number of videos, a series of videos on the OSHA 10-hour fall protection series. And what we'll be doing over a series of videos. I forget how many videos are going to be in this series. I try to keep the videos on Middleclassbubba. They're normally toolbox safety topic videos, but I decided that these could also be used as toolbox topics as we break them down. And they're 5 to 7 minute videos. And like I said, there's probably a series of 16 or 17 videos that will be covering why falls remain the leading cause of death in construction. It'll cover guardrails, covers, tie-off requirements, and the human element in fall protections. And if you work from heights regularly or intermittently, this series is for you. I'm putting it together. Got the outline done. Got the first video in the can, so to say. It hasn't been edited down, but if you want to see those videos, you could go to this channel right here. And I think I got, 212, 13, 14 videos, toolbox safety topic videos. And I always put the script in the description so that if you want to copy and paste that, print it out, you can have a script. You can watch the video and have a script and give that toolbox topic to your guys. That's another one that I spend. It probably takes me 2 or 3 hours to write, record, edit, and publish those videos every week. And I have not made any money on it. Didn't start out with plans of making money on it. I do it because I want to get the information out there so that there's nobody who can say, "Well, I didn't know." Yeah, well, you could have known. Uh, anyway, that's what that's all about. It should be safety is not an exciting subject, but if you're a safety professional, it could be interesting. I know that through the years, uh, I've read safety articles and safe toolbox safety topics that were published by good Lord knows how many people. I've attended safety this and safety that, and yeah, you know it. Yeah, so what? But when you hear it from a different angle, from a different perspective, from a different person, it uh, it helps you develop your own perspective on things, and it's called practicing your trade. It's just like a plumber or an electrician who learns a new technique, and these new techniques are based off previous techniques. So it's an evolving thing. The main thing is your personal accountability and personal responsibility. Uh, whether you're an electrician, a mechanic, or whatever, but you've got to maintain your safety and recognizing hazards, particularly for young guys just coming into the trades and into the construction field or mechanicking field or whatever. They may not recognize the hazards, and that's the guys that I want those guys, and I want the old hands who've become complacent. That's who I want to reach out to. I want to reach out to everybody and make sure that they come home in the same condition that they left. All right, it's 5:51. I'm probably going to sign this thing off because I'm suffering terribly here, and but I'm grateful for every worker who chooses clarity over ego and communication over assumption. Now, truck traffic doesn't forgive confusion, and equipment doesn't forgive distraction, and your family doesn't forgive preventable mistakes. Make sure you communicate clearly, stay visible, and standardize your signals. Keep it safe, timely, and efficient. And until we see each other again, as always, have a grateful day. Have a grateful week. And we'll see you next time.